Layer blend modes are another way to combine images. Blend modes are often used to combine a photo on one layer, like this photo of an old camera, with an overlay type image on the layer above, like this picture of a light leak and some scratches. An overlay like this is sometimes used to give a vintage look to a photo. Keep in mind that the blend mode techniques I'm going to introduce here aren't just for light leaks. Textures, patterns, handwriting, and other kinds of image overlays are often combined with photos using blend modes. Let's see how they work. You need to have at least 2 layers in a file to use a blend mode. I took care of that ahead of time for you using the technique you learned in the first tutorial in this chapter, the place embedded command. Now, we'll turn on the light leak layer by clicking the empty square just to the left of the layer. An eye icon appears there, meaning this layer is now visible. And then we need to select the light leak layer. To do that, I'll click on an empty area of that layer here in the Layers panel. Next, we'll go to the top of the Layers panel and click where it says Normal, which is the name of the first blend mode in the Blend Mode menu. When we click on Normal, the Blend Mode menu appears with this list of blend modes. I think the best way to approach blend modes, especially when you're first getting started with Photoshop, is just to experiment previewing each one by hovering over it in this blend mode list, like this. That way, you can see how a particular blend mode looks on your images. So far, they're all too dark. But when we enter into this second section of the blend mode menu, we start to see some blend modes that work with these images. These are the lightening blend modes. And as you can see, each of them seems to cause the darkest parts of the light leaks layer to disappear and brings out the colored light leaks on the left and the right side of the image. So one of these is probably going to be best. If we had more time, I'd go through all of these, but I want you just to see the process for choosing one. So I like the screen blend mode the best. I'm going to go back up to the screen blend mode, and to apply a blend mode to a layer, you just choose it from this menu. Now, the screen blend mode is at the top of the blend mode menu when the light leak layer is selected, and that will always tell you which blend mode has been applied to a selected layer. Sometimes you may want a blend mode to have a stronger or a less strong effect. So let's say I wanted a stronger screen effect on this image. What I can do is duplicate the light leak layer. To do that, I'll click and hold on that layer and drag it down to the plus button at the very bottom of the Layers panel down here. And now we have 2 layers of light leak and light leak copy. If I turn light leak copy off for a minute, you can see that it really did make the effect stronger. So here's how it looks with light leak copy, and here's how the image looks without it. Without. So I'm going to turn the copy layer back on, and I think it's a little too strong now. So here's another useful technique when you're working with blend modes. You can lower the opacity of any layer to which you've applied a blend mode. With the light leak copy layer still selected, I'll go up to the opacity slider at the top of the Layers panel. I'll click to see the slider, and I'm just going to drag that to the left, and maybe I'll take it to about 70 and see how that looks. Maybe I'll take it down a little more to about 60, and I'm happy with that result. So I'll click off the slider to close it. Let's look at a before and after view. I'll turn off both of the light leak layers. Here's the original photo. Here's the photo with the first light leak layer at 100% opacity. And here's the photo with yet another light leak layer at 60% opacity. And that's the final result that we'll go with. So I think you can see that blend modes are really pretty simple to work with, and they offer all kinds of creative possibilities. You'll get a chance to do more with blend modes and the other techniques that you learned in this chapter in the next movie, which is going to be a challenge for you.